Hello and welcome to week 4. Thanks for hanging in there. This week we're going to continue with extensions of Mendelian genetics. In chapter 7 we'll talk about sex determination and sex chromosomes a little bit more. In chapter 9 we'll talk about extranuclear inheritance. So with the sex chromosomes in humans and many different types of animals, males have an X and a Y chromosome and females have two X chromosomes. In some species, they have the same exact chromosomes between the males and the females, and the genes rather than the chromosomes are going to ultimately serve as this underlying basis for sex determination. So in chapter 7, they cover in great detail 3 model organisms and how their sexual differentiation works. We're going to cover them just briefly here. So first we need to realize that the life cycles of different types of organisms are going to depend on the type of sexual differentiation that they experience. In primary sexual differentiation, this involves only the gonads, and so this is the place where the gametes are produced. And in this case, only the gonads are going to be different between the males and the females of the species. In secondary sexual differentiation, this will involve the overall appearance of the organism, and so this will lead us to many of the characteristics that we see between the different species. In Chlamydomonas, it's a green algae. It has 2 mating types. It has a positive and a negative. These 2 mating types can only mate with one another, so you can only have the MT plus mating with the MT minus. You cannot have 2 MT pluses with 2 MT minuses. Z maize is maize plant or corn. This is a monoecious plant. A monoecious plant is going to contain both male and female gametes. You may come across the term dioecious. That means that they're going to have only one or the other, male parts or female parts. But in a monoecious, they're going to contain both. So in the plant, the corn plant, both male and the female structures are present on the adult plant, with the corn stalk is the adult plant. Pollination is going to occur when the pollen grains make contact with the silks or the stigma with the pistil. The kernel that is formed, on the kernel of corn that's formed within, is going to represent the seed or the developing embryo for this particular plant. Caenorhabditis elegans, or C. elegans, is a nematode worm. It's very popular for a lot of different studies, genetic studies, studying development. The reason for this is because the adults consist of only 959 somatic cells, or non-sex related cells. And each single one of these cells can be traced back to specific embryonic origins. And so you can see very early in development all the different structures and cells that they are destined to become. In this organism, they have 2 types. They have males, which only have the testes, and they have hermaphrodites, which produce both the sperm and the eggs. Less than 1% of the offspring are males. Primarily, C. elegans are hermaphrodites, and they can self-fertilize. However, males can fertilize the hermaphrodites, and out of their offspring, they're about half male and half hermaphrodites.